I wanted to cover in this video about some things you may not realize regarding the whole video series or video playlist I made about Dilbert. The reason for why the show has such powerful persuasion is it basically relates to every single person, doesn't matter if you're young, old, whatever, any religion, any basic group. It relates to basically anyone you know or person yourself. Because think about it, the majority of people in their life will either own a dog, a cat, or rat at least once, or have a friend that has one nearby. It's just something that basically everyone has, whatever nationality or beliefs are. The next thing we basically all had, which related to the show, at least once, most of us will have a bad boss. So this show, the reason for why the boss is quite, if you think about it in a weird way, a smart design character, the boss is based on the ultimate horrible boss, in a sense. The boss is completely incompetent, got absolutely no idea what's going on all day, and also can't help you because he doesn't understand anything. It's basically setting the idea that your boss is basically like the most stupid, self-centered person you could ever know. This is what makes it quite smart, because most people, when they get a bad boss, perceive their boss as that. So this person who plays the boss character is, if you like, designed to be your ideal version of like a worst boss you get. And that's really what it's based on. It was apparently, from what I heard from the creator before, it was based on a boss I think he actually knew for what it was actually based on. I thought it was quite funny. And also as well, just getting back to human resources part of it, the reason for why it's quite funny and quite smart and it relates to people is people often perceive a human resource person as inhumane or inhuman. The reason for why is because lots of people have problems which often come from human resources. It comes from many reasons. Quite often the case is the person doing the job doesn't have any idea what they're doing, they've ironically not been trained by anyone, and also they're strapped for resources is quite often the case. That's the reason the whole concept of human resources inhumane or inhuman department is what we're called quite a lot of time, and even the creator of Dilbert says himself. So this kind of relates to you if you ever had a problem with training someone or being trained. It kind of relates to you again. So you've got all these powerful things that keep going through the show in your mind, making you more keen to watch the show. You also, as well, if you think about it, engineers are a really, really, really common job. I mean, you get so many types of engineers nowadays. You get SEO engineer, you get website engineer, you get structure engineer, you get home improvement engineer. You get basically an engineer for anything in the world. It's basically something that relates to like everything nowadays, being an engineer more or less. So it relates to probably you or someone you know, very likely. Another thing as well, which is quite smart in the show, is the whole cubicle idea. Again, it's not cubicles. They still exist, but are not really as common as they used to. The reason for why is it was part of two reasons. One, it was more set in the personnel management. In case you don't know what personnel management was, before human resources came, personnel management was set in more old-fashioned rules regarding different things. It worked well in its time, or okay in its time. Human resources was kind of like the upgraded, better version. And this show, if you like, is kind of a wee bit, if you think about it, more based on like a personnel management in the sense Catbert's always right, everyone else is always wrong, which would be the same scenario when someone was working in personnel or personnel management. That's just how it worked. So if you think about it, that also relates strongly to creating an interest for you or me to watch the show because it relates to me or you. And also as well, one thing you may find smart or not realize, it's highly likely in most workplaces you're going to have at least one person lazy, like Wally. Maybe not as lazy as Wally, but you'll have someone on that line. So you think about it, if you've got a lazy employee, or if you say lazy yourself, then Wally relates to you. So it does kind of, even if someone's lazy, it makes someone want to watch it. Alice as well, if you think about it, she relates to, if you think about it, quite a lot of strong-willed women, in the sense she's strong, she's smart, and she's confident. So it relates to a lot of women, and it also relates to women quite well, in the sense, in certain jobs, there can be a little amount of women compared to men. So it relates to women and can draw even women engineers or women in general, because lots of women can become impressed by strong-willed women like Alice. And Dilbert as well, you think about it, he kind of, if you like, relates to more, if you like, kind of like a geek. In the sense that Dilbert's obviously really smart, but he's also very, very shy, and he's not really good with very, very good people. He lacks basically like social skills. He's really smart, But he, if you like, relates to the quiet person or even like a loner type of person. So if you think about it, Dilbert himself relates to quite a lot of people as well. So you have like everyone in the show kind of, if you like, relates to someone you know or yourself. I mean, even look at Loud Howard. Loud Howard is quite a good character sense because you do get quite a lot of people who've got really loud voices and can't keep a secret. So if you think about even Loud Howard, he, if you like, is set up in a sense to relate to someone who's got a loud voice or someone a loud person. And you think I think it's got Abjup. Sorry, I forget his name. He's like the intern when it comes to India. Think of this, but most people have at least once been like an intern or trained at some point. So you think about he himself relates to basically everyone in the world at least once. It's highly unlikely you can get successful or do anything without, if you like, going through an internship of some form. It can be a paid one, it can be a free one, it can be simply going through a training system. It can be a range of things, whatever you want to call it. Most people have at one point been trained by someone else to go up to a different level, skill level, and different pay grade. So if you think about that alone, relates to everyone again. And if you think about it, Dogbert as well relates to a lot of people in the sense it's highly likely you or me have got a really smart friend or someone very smart who's like Dogbert, someone who, if you like, is kind of always right. So if you think about that, relates strongly to smart people. So smart people watching Dogbert say, "Hey, that guy acts like me." And if you think about Ratbert's kind of a complex character in a sense. It's kind of like a rat set up, if you like, in a lazy or stupid kind of phase, or a lazy, like, he's kind of like a, if you like a lazy employee, but he will do everything his boss Dogbert says. So it's kind of, if you think, quite a smart design character in a sense. It relates to, you think, lazy people. It relates to people who always do what others say. It also relates to people who own rats. A wee bit. Rats obviously aren't lazy animals overall, but it kind of, people sometimes perceive rats as lazy. So if you think about that, it kind of, if you like, makes people more likely to watch and rat. It's kind of done in the perfect perspective of persuasion, because you've got everything, if you like, to persuade me or you to watch the show. And that's part of what made Dilbert such a smart design thing. I always thought it was quite bad and we get sad how quick it ended, because for such a great TV show, I thought it should have gone up to at least 7 years. I think, if I remember correctly, I think it ended on season 3 or season 4 of this. Part of what made it quite a good TV show. And also, regarding persuasion theory, it comes back to everything's basically designed, if you like, to basically persuade you to buy something to make, persuade you to watch the show, and that kind of stuff. That's what makes it such a powerful and well designed thing. And you may be thinking, so how does this relate to my website? How does this relate to my business? Think about this. Everything you do on your website, if you like, is persuading someone to stay on your site longer. It's persuading them to buy what you're selling, persuading them to join your mailing list. It's all about persuasion. You may not realize it, but that is one of the points of any website. You're trying to get people to stay on your site. You're trying to get them to buy things. You're trying to get them to join your mailing list. You're trying to get them to do whatever. It's all about you having to work out what your ideal customer or customers want. I mean, for example, let's just say you do a bit of research. You find out your ideal customer wants red, because that's 90% of your favorite colors for your customers is red. So if you change your color to red, you can increase your stay time, increase your sales, increase your traffic by just doing simple changes. You'll find when it comes to increasing your sales and increasing stay time, in most cases, it's simple changes would make the biggest results. The reason for why is because, for one, lots of people who like simple things, and simple things are more likely to take our interest or pay attention to than really, really complex things. It's just because lots of us have a relaxed environment and prefer relaxed things or simple things. And if you have something which is simple or smart designed, you increase your click-through rate, increase your sales. And this is what all I want to really cover with you. Just if you like, covering why Dilbert's such a smart character, Dogbert, and all the rest of them, and also explain how this can be used as a powerful way to boost your sales, boost your traffic. And that's what I want to cover. Thanks, bye.